pocket. Hello and welcome to the Music Lens podcast with me, Alex Allegra.
And Katie Fee. How we doing? Happy July.
It is the very first day of July when you're hearing this when it comes out.
It's my birth month.
It is.
Cancer season. I'm getting so many TikToks for cancer season right now.
Oh.
Which started like late June.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's... Yeah,
I was going to say, they're not just like a month-to-month ratio, so...
It's like maybe the last third of June or something like that is when it starts. So, yeah, I've just been getting so many TikToks, and I feel so called out when they're sharing facts, and I'm like, yup. Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, how are you doing?
Good. I am so busy in life right now, but I'm okay. I'm tired. I have just been traveling a whole bunch. I just got finished with taking photos for Pride and just a whole bunch of other work right now. But I am somebody who loves to take photos, but then I hate the editing process of it. Hate it. It's just, it takes so much time that I am like, I will take so many photos and then I'm like, I have to edit all of these now. Or like, I just don't schedule any time. I'm like, I have an open day. Yeah. No, I should have used that day to edit. Like, because sometimes it takes a whole day. I'm like 3 projects behind right now, which is all work related and my boss knows it. So I'm like, okay. That's just because I haven't had 2 seconds to like, Pride was one of those things that it was like, if you can get it in by this deadline, like by this time during the day, like we can post it, which I don't even think they ended up doing, but I was like trying to like in between like little sets, I was like, okay. But then the problem was the rain. So like it was so hot and then there'd be little things of rain. So I'd like go and hide under this tree because they had it it's like very much the opposite of what it was last year when you came.
Okay.
So where the rainbow stage was last year is where the main stage was this year.
Okay, they just flipped sides.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I couldn't stay for all of it, but I wanted to at least see Maoli Grace because I was wearing her shirt and her dad came up to me and was like, I love your shirt. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was trying to wear like all black, but also like be supportive. And he's like, I'm Molly's dad. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And she's just amazing. And I always was like, there's no doubt that I don't know how she isn't a lot bigger than she is right now because there's no way that she won't get super big. But like, yeah. And so I'm like, if you ever need a second backup dancer, like she already has 3 backup singers / dancers, but I'm like, if they ever don't want to do it, or like, how do I get to be like somebody's backup person? Because I was like, that's just always what I would love to do too. I'm like, that's how I originally thought I was going to get into touring, was doing that kind of stuff. But I feel like it is very like, once you're in it, I'm sure it's a lot easier, but like getting into like background work for like it's very much an LA thing, I think, too, not really a Nashville thing. Like, there are, because there's, like, the union and everything, and, like, for, like, demo singers or, like, but it's also all very much, like, from your home now, I feel like. It's not really, like, you have to go to a studio and all that stuff. Or just being a background singer on, like, somebody like Lainey Wilson's album, or, you know, like, they'll hire people like that sometimes. But I feel like it's definitely, more an LA thing to be an actual, like, backup singer than it is, like, a Nashville thing.
Yeah, I would say so. I feel like a lot of more Nashville-based, it's like you're also playing an instrument.
Yeah, it's like, oh, are you a guitar player? Okay, you can sing some harmonies with me instead of, like, the whole... That's why I like... So Maoli and a girl named Kaylee, I think her name was, also had, like, a like little backup kind of thing, and it looked really good. Sometimes I've seen them, especially like younger artists that try to do that kind of stuff, and it looks a little cheesy just from like a lack of like performance, which I get. Like, it's like, okay, this is like what it could be. So, but I'm like happy that we're doing those kinds of things. So it was good.
Yeah.
And when I got home, And all I wanted to do was take a nice hot shower because I was like, I'm so covered in like a mix of sweat and rainwater. And I was just like, I just want to shower.
That is fair. Yeah. Yeah, I traveled. I went to South Dakota for a couple shows. One of them got canceled, which was the main one I was going out there for Wild Bill Days. We get there, first person's playing, and I'm like looking at the radar and also just the sky, and I'm like, and then she got done, and they're like, we're gonna do a pause and let this roll through, and then kind of like assess. The rain got done, but they didn't cover the sound equipment during the rain other than like moving it in under the roof of the stage. Yeah. But like the rain's blowing in. So everything got soaked. So despite the sun coming out and everything, like they had like little like squeegee type broom things that they like pushed water off the stage and stuff. Yeah. But they're like, there might be more rain coming around 5. But everything's so wet, like we're just gonna take care of y'all, like still pay you, but like we're gonna call it for the day basically. Yeah. So I felt bad because there was people with their camping chairs like sitting up and like, okay, sun's out, like music's gonna start, like ready for music to start, and like no one made any type of announcement to tell them that there's no music coming. I mean, I guess you'd have to just project because they didn't want to turn on the equipment for a mic to do that. But like, hey, just I was like, I have dry sound equipment in the car, but at that point they already called it, so I don't think they were open to that option. But I'm like, I mean, it probably could get pretty loud as long as it's safe to plug in wherever you're plugging in is dry, hopefully. And I had my guitar under the stage because it was like one of those like truck flatbed type things, but then having a cover and all that. And so I had it underneath, and I'm glad I didn't put it on the stage because he's like, is there anything you want on the stage to like be covered? I'm like, it's underneath, it should be good. The bottom of my guitar case was soaked. Like everything ended up being okay. Like everything in the pocket was dry once I finally got to like take everything out and then let the case dry, but the strap of the guitar and then the bottom was wet, so I had to just like dry off the guitar and let the strap air dry. And I'm like, I think it should be fine because it plugs in on the bottom. Yeah. I haven't actually like plugged it in to test, but I don't think water would have gotten like inside it. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think with that, it's more just like the mold factor of like just making sure everything's super dry and it doesn't mold your guitar.
Yeah. But I was like, oh no, water. Yeah. Because I don't really know how that all works of like people playing in the rain with guitars and stuff, because obviously people do it, but I don't know exactly how you take care of that to make sure it's not gonna have issues later on. Yeah. So it's not exactly meant for water.
No, I mean, there was people still like shooting even in like the rain for Pride, and I was just like, I'm not risking my camera getting wet. Like I know there is like some like level of waterproofness, or like even when I used to do shows with like my full sound equipment and everything, like I never risked it. Like it was like, if it's, well, also my mom was really scared of getting electrocuted, and so she was like, if it's wet, like what happens?
Right.
Like,
well, that was like, if they turn the stuff on when it's wet, it's either gonna like break the stuff or like could it potentially electrocute someone having that microphone on.
But I mean,
like if you touch your mouth to it.
There are people that do full rain shows, and I'm just like, how? But like I think it does obviously like affect things later, but I guess they have the money to do it, so
maybe. But yeah, I literally had spent ran through the set list several times leading up to it to like practice transitions and all this stuff. I learned White Buffalo Ian Munsick, which I'm not much of a picker, more just chord strumming guitar player, and so that's like the hardest song I've ever learned. And then the show that I specifically learned it for got canceled, so... But I'm going to try and go next year because he was like, let me know when you're in town or if we have anything, like, would love to have you. So I'm like, yeah, maybe it'll work out next year. Yeah. I only had one show of my 2, but that one was fine. It's in Keystone, and it's like a wine and coffee type place. So it was nice outside for that one. But yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, I have a song coming out Friday. So there's that. Alex, Sammy, and I went to the beach in April.
I thought it was May.
April. I think it was like end of April that we went.
Okay.
And Alex took the cover photos for it, and we got some videos done for TikTok clips and all that fun stuff. So finally getting to actually put that out, and so that's out on Friday. It's called Nothing Right. Time for 4th of July, because it's kind of, it mentions like a long weekend, so I was like, I would love to have it out in time for the 4th, since it is a long weekend. So yeah, we'll just do new music for this. Should I start, or do you have anything you want to start with, or we'll do? Okay. Like I said, some of these will just be rapid fire type stuff. Tenille Towns put out a song called Sunshine's Free. I don't know how many of these you're gonna have heard.
I don't know how much new music, to be honest, I listened to in June besides Olivia Rodrigo's
I figured you'd
new
talk
album.
That. I figured you'd have some that I didn't. So.
Yeah.
But it's like a slow down, enjoy life type vibes. The road is a ride and the sunshine's free is the hook. But I just like that in the second verse, there's like a reference to Somebody's Daughter, which was like her breakout song. Wave at a stranger sitting at a red light, stop at a lemonade stand instead of just passing by. And like 2 little nods to that song. And then Paige King Johnson put out It Ain't Me, and it's like a flip on It Ain't You, It's Me of It Ain't Me, It's You. I don't really have too much about that other than just wanting to shout that one out. It's kind of funny that like her and her husband are obviously like healthy marriage and they're having a kid and all this stuff, and then put out a breakup song. So it's just funny sometimes how that works, of like life being completely opposite from the music.
Yeah.
Lauren Alaina put out Better Off, which we heard at CMA Fest. I like the like using Better Off in different ways kind of thing. Like I like songs like that. So there's like, bet you thought that ring felt better off. Her skin tight jeans looked better off. And them hotel lights were better off. And then skipping to the hook, it's, I bet you never thought I'd be the one who's better off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like the double meaning type stuff.
She introduced it at CMA Fest. So like, she was like, "This is not about your daddy, honey." It's like her daughter, and she was like, it was like about.
I think it was the ex that she said she ran into or something.
Yeah, at that festival.
Because she said she ran into her ex at CMA Fest like prior to performing that day.
It was a good song. I did like it.
And her new album Stages is out August 28th, which a lot of these, it's like, I think all the ones that I say there's an album is all August. So September is going to have a lot of albums. Runnin' Me Off, Maoli, I hope I'm saying that right, and Maddie Font. So this is the first song that Maddie from Maddie and Tay has out that's without Tay. But I mean, it's still a duet. But
I really don't know her last name, so like it's like weird.
Well, I'm starting to see her on lineups for like festivals and stuff, and I'm like, I know her, but it's just like it takes a second to connect.
Yeah,
who that is. It's like very like soulful reggae vibes. Like there's no Running Me Off is like the full hook, but she has. I don't know if she put the title on the thing, but she's starting to tease her first like solo song, so she will have new music out by herself soon too. Maddie Lenhart put out Newton's First Law.
Before we move on, do you think she'll like still write with Tay, or is Tay like, completely out of it? I feel like, especially because her husband is still very much a songwriter, so it's like
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you probably will have times where it's like you want to still do music, so it wouldn't hurt to have a co-writing session every now and then, or just like when they go hang out, because obviously they're still friends and stuff. Like, just start writing just because it happens to be in the moment.
Yeah.
It just kind of naturally happens. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. Okay. Maddie Lenhart put out Newton's first law, and it's like you keep moving to cope and to not have to stop and feel the heartbreak kind of thing. Because Newton's first law, for people who don't know physics, is like everything in motion stays in motion, everything at rest stays at rest. And I think she had on one of her posts that her dad is like a physics teacher or professor or something. Okay. So I think that's maybe where the connection came to get that idea. I've been seeing it on TikTok a lot of just like she's doing really well of like just posting the catchiest part of the song and just like making that a recognizable thing. But I know she played CMA Fest for the first time this year, and I saw a lot of people that we know that also know her posting about her performance and going to cheer her on and stuff. And she was on the cover of Fresh Finds Country on Spotify not too long ago. So she's doing really well. But also I've noticed on TikTok, she posted like a POV walking back to your car after playing a 3-hour acoustic set and making $1 in tips. So I'm just like, she's doing super well. And then you have that, and it's just like the whiplash of being an artist is crazy. So I just thought that was interesting, and I appreciate that is also being shared on top of all this success and stuff of like, hey,
well, have you seen
it goes back and forth
right now that it's like nepo babies would never get a show like
oh yeah, like and they're like the musicians are like doing a bow to an empty room. I'm like, yep, yeah, felt. Taylor Swift put out I Knew It, I Knew You for Toy Story 5.
I forgot that was in this. Okay. Didn't we already talk about it?
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did it come out in?
No,
we just talked about it in June. Yeah.
About it.
Maybe. Okay. I don't remember things we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we don't have to talk about it.
I mean, I still stand by the fact that I actually listened to the full song not too long ago, and I was like, okay, I can see the appeal to it. I still don't feel like it was Toy Story, and I still want to go see Toy Story 5, so.
Well, we were just, like, chilling at the house on Thursday, because it came out, I think it was advertised as coming out on the Friday, but, like, it actually was in theaters on Thursday, too. And we had time in the afternoon before my mom was going out with some people from work, and I was like, let's go. But then we didn't actually go. Oh. But I was like, we should go see it because might as well have something to do in the afternoon. Yeah. And then I ended up just like reading outside or something instead. So, yeah, I still feel like it's like needs to be down a couple BPMs, like either that or like some sort of space needs to be added for the transitions between the song sections, because it does feel like a little bit of like, whoa, like, yeah, like the changes happen so quick that when you're first listening, it's like, this, I can't even process what's going on.
It just reminds me of like Betty in Folklore era being a country song. It feels like that. It doesn't feel like going all the way back to debut or love story.
Definitely like a folklore
country. It feels like a folklore era.
Or like the Bolter kind of.
Oh my gosh, yes, exactly. Okay, so every time I listen to that song, I start singing The Bolter, and then I'm like, oh yeah, The Bolter's a really good song. And then I just put on The Bolter, and then I put on Tortured Poets, because I'd rather listen to that than this song.
But yeah, I think it's the transitions. But like, I mean, lyrically and like, everything, it's just the transitions. Like, I like the verse and the like, melody and lyrics, and like, I like the weird, like, little chord thing that happens in the pre-chorus. The like funky one or whatever.
That was when so listening to the full song, I was like, that was the stuff I actually liked. All I kept hearing was the chorus, obviously. I like TikTok and Instagram and everything like that. And that was when I was like, I don't care about this song.
I think it does fit well for like using for TikToks too, though, for the chorus of like, it's very much something you can use for a lot of different types of TikToks. So yeah, I like that as well though. But yeah.
But it dethroned Ella, but then it was the first time that like the top 10 on Billboard was like all women or like something, or top
there was like
or
a
something
lot
like that. There was like just a lot of because I saw Ward from Whiskey Jam say, like, this is, like, a big monumental thing.
Right.
And it's, like, I think we don't think about it in pop or all genre kind of charts as much as we do country, especially. Right. But still, it was, like, the fact that that's still, like, I didn't think that kind of thing, even on a regular chart, has not even happened. It's just, and
I think crazy. It was, like, the most streamed country female song on, like, day one ever. So
that's just because it's Taylor, though, Taylor. At this point. Like, this was the first time I was like, that's just because it's Taylor Swift and not because it's, like, the greatest thing on earth. And it's Toy Story. I think was a smart business thing.
Yeah.
So.
We've talked about, like, multiple times, I think, of how Hardy at Belmont had told us how, like, songs sometimes go number one at country radio before there's time to, like, see if listeners even like the song, just because it gets played once it first comes out immediately, just because of the artist being big. So you could say that, like, well, everyone has to listen to it at least once to see if they like it. So the amount of people that want to hear it just to hear it once, like, adds to a lot of streams. Yeah.
I think it was smart for Toy Story, though, because honestly, the fourth movie wasn't good. And I think that we don't really need more Toy Stories in the world. As much as I do think that Disney needs to, like,
I guess there's at least one more, because one of the creators said they want Bonnie to have a trilogy like Andy had a trilogy, so that would mean one more.
I just think that, like, we need to just stop at this point, and I'm just like, but, like, I mean, it made me, like, actually, like, really excited to go see Toy Story 5, so I was like, okay. I just didn't think that Toy Story 4 was that good, because it also didn't really focus around, like, the child aspect of it. It was, like, they were in this pawn shop, and it was just weird, and, like, they were trying to make Bo Peep, and I don't know. But I just didn't really care for it all that much. I love Lotso. I, like, not love him because he was the main, like, bad guy, but, like, he was my favorite, like, bad guy, and, like, I just loved the third Toy Story movie so much, to be honest. So
I know Jerry and Sierra from Ladies and Tangents talked about going, because they went on Jerry's birthday to it, and they, like, did their ranking of the 5, and I think 5 was the last for both of them. So yeah, but they still enjoyed it. It's just, like, when you rank them, they didn't like it as much as the others. But yeah, Lainey Wilson with John Mayer put out Phone Keys Wallet, which I don't think she advertised that John Mayer was on it until after it was released.
Oh, okay.
But he's playing guitar on it, and he also recently collabed with Keith Urban on a song on his new, like, yacht rock album. The song's called Guitar Man, so fitting to have both of them be on that together.
I really like that John Mayer's just chilled the fuck out and just, like, kind of vibes and just does things, and, like, that's all I want from John Mayer, and I love his music, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Honestly, the first clip that she teased on social media was the, like, line before the hook and then the hook. The line before is, "I'd be out of luck, lost if I ever up and lose," and then the list of all the things. But I was like, I don't know what you're saying. I could understand her starting at Jesus Jones and all that, but, like, I listened to it so many times, I'm like, I can't, it's like, it's a different language. It, like, for some reason wasn't clicking in my head, like, what the words were until, like, listening to the actual song. I was like, am I having a stroke? What is going on right now? But yeah, I like the vibe. I like that she made, like, a dance for it, and the video of, like, trying to teach Duck how to do the dance is fun. And there's a lot of stuff that they've been doing together of promoting it on socials, and I think the Spotify campus is also the two of them doing the dance and stuff. So yeah, a lot of fun promo for it, and it's definitely a catchy song of just, like, I feel like when you list a lot of things, it's kind of fun just because then people have to, like, not have to, but they want to try and memorize it in the way, like, not as extreme, but, like, we didn't start the fire. You want to, like, memorize all the things on there. But yeah, Ian Munsick put out World War III and announced The Mountain Goat is his next album, which is out August 21st. And I think this is the last single before the album. It's like a if you come for my people, then it's going to be a World War III kind of thing.
He played it at when we saw him in Kentucky.
He's been playing it on tour. I feel like it has kind of like a rock edge to it a little bit, but in a Western way, if that makes any type of sense. Like instrumentation wise, obviously is still Western, but there's a bit of a rock edge to it, which is kind of cool. I almost think I naturally just think of like, because he did the Ozzy Osbourne tribute cover or whatever, like I think Ozzy a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Brent Snyder put out Michigan, and he said, I saw like a video of him talking about it, of it's deeply rooted into his life and his roots, and it took them like a year and a half to get it right, and he really wanted to have more of like that Appalachian sound to it, because he's from Virginia. Yes.
Then why is it called Michigan?
I think it's... I think it's about someone from Michigan or something like that. Or an experience being in Michigan, but he wants the Appalachian roots of the sonically, yeah. And the fiddle on it is so pretty, and also Kristian Veech produced it, so which I think he produces all of Brent's stuff too. Amazing vocal as always. The fit on the cover is chef's kiss, because you know I love denim. So Brent makes like all of his own outfits and stuff. Love the denim, and I think if I'm remembering right, it has like some pearl detailing and stuff too. So he had a whole denim fit he played Pride in Minneapolis this year, and had like a denim type look for that too. So I was like, yes, I like this. Savannah Keyes. This says Keyes. I think it autocorrected on me. It's Keyes, right? Savannah Keyes.
Oh, I always thought it was Savannah.
Or is it Keyes? Is it Keyes? Maybe I'm second guessing myself. It's fine. Get a Dog, which from the title I thought was going to be like a sad, emotional like song about a dog. But it's
to
like...
me it sounds like a fuckboy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of sad-ish, but just not in a sentimental dog-loving way. If I wanted to take home someone who kisses every girl he meets, I'd get a dog.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah, at least I know he'd come running when he's called. But then, like, the end of the chorus has, like, I don't want a dog, I want a man. So it's like, if I wanted all these things, I would get a dog. But really, I do want, like, an actual, like, human partner. So I feel like there's still a sad sentiment, but based off of the title, that's not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like a sad dog song. But yeah, we love it still. Yeah. Circling back, speaking of Kristian, he put out the deluxe edition of Will, and it has, I didn't write down how many songs. He added a lot of songs that were like released as singles prior basically to the album. I think he might have remastered them as well, but then he also put Second Place Kristian's version on it, which he's the only one of the 4 writers that I've never heard perform that song. So I was like, ooh, I finally get to hear Kristian's version of it, which I really like his version. So I feel like his is one of my favorites of the 4, honestly. Really? And then a new song called Bookmark, which I think he posted about it being like kind of his all too well, of where it's like a longer song and it kind of just like goes off. So yeah, check out the deluxe edition of his album. Lou put out Eye Candy, and have you listened to this one? I feel like he would for TikTok, Lou, but no. Okay. I was like, the first time I saw it, I went back to find the video to see how long ago this was. It was like September of last year. She just like posted a bunch of like unreleased songs of clips of them in a row. And so that was like the first time I heard it, and like instantly loved it. It's so catchy. Love the production, and it's called Eye Candy. I feel like the song is ear candy, if you will. So it's a fun song.
I just know that every time she posted about it, she was like, this is how it feels to have a crush on a girl. And so that was...
I mean, it was fitting to have it released in June too, because then she's like, happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
So yeah. Bandana Cheyenna put out The Artist's Pilgrimage Act 2, The Desert. So another EP. I don't know if there's more than 2 acts or not. I can't remember if she said from the beginning how many there was going to be. But this one has Devil in the Desert, which we talked about last month, along with 5 other songs. And Freestyle is another one on this project that's really fun that I like. I think she got to play it on Today in Asheville. Is that what it's called? Yeah. That's the fun one. But overall, it's just like another beautiful, like ethereal sounding project from her. So go check that out. Kelsea Ballerini and Marshmello put out Another Drink.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the full song? It. No, you don't like it? Oh, no.
I feel like every time she does like a collab, it's just kind of a dumb song, to be honest. It's like
supposed to be fun and catchy. It's not meant to be too deep.
I know. I just don't like her collab ones as much as like I like her. Like it just
it's very her Chainsmokers collab. It's reminiscent of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, because it's a DJ song, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like I thought it was just.
I will say, like the Marshmello production on it does sound very much like other Marshmello songs. Like it doesn't. It sounds like he reused stuff.
Yeah.
Does he reuse stuff?
I don't know.
Kind of sounds like it a little bit.
Sounds like Marshmello, and that's like it. Like he's been criticized a lot for that kind of stuff. So
okay. Dan and Shay put out Marry You Again. They have a new album called Young out August 21st. Catchy Dan and Shay melodies are back.
Okay.
Very much love that. And they've been crashing weddings to like promote this. So I think they asked for fans to like reach out if they're getting married, and they have been picking some to like
that's fun.
Go. Like one clip I saw was like the groom had reached out and said that From the Ground Up was going to be their first dance song. So then they crashed and they got to play From the Ground Up live for the first dance instead of just having the track play. And I saw one where like they were like showing them like going to go to the wedding and dance like kind of like it's like I don't know why getting low would make us like more hidden. He's just like crouching a little bit and like why am I doing this kind of thing. But yeah, it's fun that they're crashing weddings.
Yeah.
Carly Pearce announced she has an album out August 28th called Honest Woman, and she released She Don't, and it's very much reminiscent of her debut album Every Little Thing and more like that vibe sonically and lyrically and stuff. So I'm liking this more. Yeah. I feel like I was critical of the last one a little bit, but like I really like this one more than some of the other stuff that she's been putting out lately. That little Bible Belt rebel puts her foot to the pedal, and as the dust settles, she don't. Is like the hook line for it. So it's like a small town, like everyone expects you to settle down and have kids and like take care of your parents when they get older and stuff, but like no, she's gonna go out and chase her dreams kind of thing. Yeah. So that one's a nice one. And then I think I've mentioned in the past that I was like holding out till Cody Johnson's album came out to talk about it because he was releasing a lot of singles, and it's just like sometimes I include singles that are like leading towards an album, but then sometimes it's just like, okay, you're doing a lot and I don't want to have to keep like talking about the person over and over and over again just to have variety. So I was like, we're gonna wait till his album drops. So Banks of the Trinity is out. This is like my first time listening to a full Cody album. Like even after NOLA, I didn't like go back and listen to Leather or Human or any of those albums like top to bottom. Obviously I've heard songs from the albums, but I haven't listened like as a project as a whole. But it definitely feels like classic Cody. Great opener with Horseback. It has like talking verses, and it's I just want my horse back. So it's nothing serious, but it's got a good groove to it. So it's like a good opener. He also has some great features of Brothers Osborne on Foolproof and Luke Combs on Shoot the Bull. Personally, I have and Thank Somebody Country or some other highlight songs on there. Something I found interesting though is he only wrote / co-wrote 2 of the 16 songs, so most of them are outside cuts. Time Bomb was co-written, and then the last song, Yippee Tie-O Hey Hey. It's like,
that sounds like an Ian Munsick song.
It
honestly.
does. Well, he has one that's Yippee-I-O or something. I think it might just be Yippee-I-O. And so I want to say that, and then like I really have to like read this to like make sure I say it right. That was a solo, right? And it's like just him and a guitar to like end the album, which I kind of like when people end with like a more stripped back song to end it. But I went and looked back at his discography just to like see, and like this is normal for him. Like he writes a little bit, but he does a lot of outside cuts as well. So
I know. Yeah, I know.
Do you think that's
does
interesting?
A lot, yeah.
Because I think a lot of people today are trying to write and be an artist just because monetarily, like you get your hands in more pools, I guess.
And it's just like
when it's a lot so hard to make money to begin
with. Want to
with.
see and hear like what you have to say, so it's like I feel like especially in like you come to national, it's like if you're not playing the writers rounds and doing all of that stuff and showing like that you can write, it's like you get very discredited very fast for some reason, even though like it's still a thing out in LA and all of that stuff to do a lot of outside cuts. It's also just not like it's the artist development aspect of it, because we're not like in the eras of like we're just going to make a pop star. It's like you have to make it yourself and then they'll take you on. So
I mean, I think it's okay to not write if that's something that you either don't want to do or maybe you don't feel super strongly about having to have a say in the writing of the songs, because like you're still having a say of what's getting cut, so you're picking songs that feel like you as an artist, and
I mean that's how I
either
feel sometimes
personally connect to, or like it's like a story like Dirt Cheap is very much like a storytelling song, so like maybe with that one he felt connected to the story, but like felt like this is like a story that fits well with the brand, even if it's not like my personal background, and like something I feel like I can like tell well, basically.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. It's like I know what I want to say as an artist and I love writing and all that stuff, but there's sometimes I'm just like, I'm sure somebody's already like written this and had like I would love to cut a song, you know, potentially. So
but yeah, it's a good album. Olivia?
I don't have much to say on Olivia Rodrigo's album. I listened to it. It feels very... I still really want... There are really good songs on the album. I haven't finished the album. I've gotten through most of it. I think I have like 2 or 3 songs left, and I know it's been out for a little bit now. I think she kind of undersold it, and I think a lot of people actually really do like it. I've been hearing good reviews on it. It's definitely a very more like ethereal kind of songwriting sound more than like the pop sound, which I think she was trying to warn people. I think that was the warning about the album, is that like it definitely has like, so it has like the You're in Love, and then it like switches after The Cure to like being heartbroken kind of aside, I think is like the why the double like you seem pretty sad for a girl so in love.
I think the most I've heard is just like Honeybee is used on TikTok.
A lot. I still just feel like she just kind of misses the mark with the songwriting a little bit. Like there is definitely like hints of like trying to be... Taylor's a big influence, and I can tell that she's really close friends with like Conan Gray, because especially the first half of the album feels very much like I'm listening to a Conan Gray album. So like I definitely just hear a lot more influence than I do her as like an artist. Do you like that's where I struggle with her, is like
using too many influences and you're not like making your own sound.
And I'm sure, you know, to other people, she's still obviously so successful and, like, you know, she does. But, like, that is more of how it feels to me listening to her stuff is, like, it's good, but, like, it's missing that touch that says, like, which obviously I'm sure I'll be proven wrong, but, like, because, I mean, she already has, like, superstar kind of status. It's just, like, she still very much feels like very moment, and like the language and like it just isn't connecting and fitting like that songwriter like puzzle timelessness that like I want, and I feel like she can do because she is so talented. So like I'm still cheering for her to like do these things. It's just like I still think her first album is like her best album so far, and like so I just think that but then I go back and listen to the first album, and it's like you can definitely tell she was only like 18 when she wrote it. You know, like she still has like some of like the maturity levels aren't completely there. And like I said, there are some I have to listen to it again, but there was some very standout lines and very like you can tell she's definitely matured in her songwriting and being just growing up in general. But like I just want her just to like get that last, I don't know what it is. It's like, it's just one of those things that it's like, it's like that power that like, you know, you can't really put your finger on it. There's just like that last little piece that just needs to
go into place.
And then she'll be like unstoppable. But it's the same thing with like Ariana Grande. Like she has everything except the songwriting sometimes, you know, or like that last little piece that just needs to click in to be a Taylor Swift level performer.
Yeah. I saw someone was like, Olivia kept the tradition of having 4-letter albums, and it was like,
I saw that and I did not get it.
Because they called this one AOTY for album of the year, and then people in the comments were like, no, that's gonna go to Noah Kahan, and I haven't listened to Noah's album yet, but that's one I actually do want to listen to. But I know that's like his genre, you have to be in like a certain mood to listen to, like same with like Casey's Deeper Well album being like more that style of music. It's like I have to be awake enough to drive with that type of album.
I don't feel like it's album of the year, but I also don't, I'm trying to think of like what other albums have like come out this year that I would put before it.
But yeah,
I want to say somebody like Kelsea has like a good shot at it, but I honestly don't know where she stands in the music community at this point, so I'm not sure. Or like, because I know it goes so far back that I'm like, okay, like how far back is actually eligible in the eligibility period? Yeah, but like, I mean, I don't think
it's going to be Taylor, so no offense to Taylor, but I just don't think so for Life of a Showgirl, because I think that would be this year.
I don't think so, no.
But I don't think, no. Yeah. Harry, I haven't listened, but I don't know. I love
that album, so I would say Harry Styles' album, but that's just a personal favorite, and I don't know how other people feel, but like, I love that album. It's such a great album, so.
I don't know if Ella will be enough mainstream, even with Choosing Texas being mainstream. I don't know.
I wonder, maybe she'll, because I mean, like Casey did that when
for country for sure, but for overall,
Casey didn't have that mainstream success when she won all those Grammys for.
That's true. Yeah, which I guess that's a news thing, was the Grammys updated some of their categories and their rules and stuff.
Yeah.
And so now you can submit for Best New Artist for 4 years now, which means Ella has a chance to be in that category this coming year, which I don't see why she wouldn't at least be nominated given all the success that's happened this year with it.
Yes, but I also just don't. Like, I think she's outgrown new artist, you know?
But
like,
I mean, yeah, by February of next year, it's gonna feel weird for her to be considered a new artist. Yeah, but I feel like she definitely could qualify, and I mean, she's doing all genre charts success, so maybe win, depending on who the competition is.
The album is really strong, so maybe she'll just sweep up like Casey did that one year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. Do you have any other new music?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any new music that we missed or opinions on the ones that we did talk about, you can send it to us at themusiclenspodcast@gmail.com, or just drop it in the comments on our socials or the YouTube of this episode. At the Music Lens Podcast on all socials is where you'll find us. You can follow Alex at Alex Music. You could follow me at Kitty Fee Music and stream Nothing Right if this is July 3rd or later. And we will see you next time. Bye.